Hello and welcome to another episode of Gingerman. Today I'm back on the road, the car is back and I found myself in Grangemouth. Now this is somewhere I've been meaning to come for a while, but you could have just picked me up and dropped me in a random place because I have no idea where I am. I just followed signs to the town centre and the big blue P that said parking, and here I am, Grangemouth, part of the Falkirk Council. Now, I know this place is quite an industrial place. I didn't even know it had a town centre. I just know it's got a big, massive oil thing somewhere at the docks, and it's huge, and it really takes up the skyline. And I want to know more about Grangemouth other than its industrial side. I want to know about the people. I want to know about the community. I want to know about the history. So that's what I'm here to find out, Grangemouth. Show me what you got. Peace.
Test my microphone. I'm firing up the podcast. Sound waves coming to your home. Gingerman with a can is here to make your day. Gingerman with a can would like to hear you say.
'Twinned with La Porte, Indiana, USA. There you go. Alright. This is a nice wee space. It kind of has a feel like Glenrothes, but just a little bit more active and busy. Alright, there's a whole shopping centre here. The more you know. We've even got a shopping directory to help the newcomers like me out. York Square, York Lane, Talbot Street. Oh, it tells you all the shops you've got here. Whole vacant section. I like the clock. It's like you're in a moment in time standing here. I like this little town centre. It seems quite thriving as well. Let's investigate further. Oh wow, this is cool. Do you know something? It's a really good use of space for shopping outside and then using bits that go sort of undercover as well. I really like this. Got a wee busking in the street. Busking away. Scotland loves local, so does Gingerman. Right, we need some history. Here's another wee bit that goes indoors. Everything's shut here. Interesting. Wonder why they're all shut. I'm leaving the sort of town centre shopping centre area. That was a surprising thing. It's kind of like hidden away and amongst this bit here. You don't notice it and you go into it and you're like, oh look, this is a little magical shopping centre from the past. Really nice and a lot busier than I was expecting. But I guess Grangemouth is quite a densely populated area, and when I was driving through here it's like industrial estate, so it's heavy on industry, and if there's industry there's people, there's work, there's everything. So I need to dig deeper into this place because right now I'm confused by Grangemouth. I'm completely lost as well. I don't know where I'm heading. It's not the easiest place to navigate around, I feel. It's quite like a bit like a concrete jungle. I'm not expecting any woodland walks, but we'll maybe see how far we can get down to the Forth. I don't know. Uh-oh. Birds. It's that time of the year again when the seagulls come to nest. They're all around here, and where I stay next to the water as well, so I know all about seagull mayhem. And I bet the residents around here are anticipating a season of seagull swooping. They go for your bins. If you're out walking your dog, they'll attack you. Oh, seagulls are wild. There you go. I think that's an industrial estate over there. I don't know what they're doing. Is that milk? Big milk factory. I don't know why I think it's a milk factory. I'll go this direction. Wallace Street. I don't know what my plans are yet. I'm absolutely 100% just walking in any direction I feel free to. Which right now, nothing means anything right now still. I just know the town centre's back that way. I don't know what I'm going to see, but as I say, I want to find out about the history, find out about the the old churches, the monuments, things that are here. And so far I've not seen any signs or posts. And I'm wondering if the town of Grangemouth has grown out of the oil industry, which again is more of a 20th and 21st century part of history, I guess. So it might have grown out of that and not have so much of our ancient history. I don't know yet. I'm just guessing. Where are we? Jackson Avenue. I think I see some sort of park up ahead. There's got to be a big park here. Every town, every village, every city has a park. Oh, that's a nice building, Madison Place. But my instinct and intuition haven't let me down today, because here we are. I found a big giant park which looks really nice. I'm well into this. This looks massive. This looks like an activity park of joy. Oh, this looks high end. I see flying fox. I see it all here. This is a nice canal. It's almost working as a moat round the park. Industry on that side, fun times here. Right, let's go and check this wonderful park out. Look at this. They've got just open air mini golf. This is a first. And everything's in pretty good quality. Like if you had your own set of balls and putters, you're coming here. Hey Grangemouth, you're winning me over, and we've only been here for 20 minutes. I think we have some sporting heritage here. Stuart Kennedy, Scottish International. This is high grade. Whoever put this together is, I'm saying 10 out of 10. In 1975 he played in 5 full international matches for Scotland. He moved to Aberdeen in 76 and featured prominently in Aberdeen's greatest period of success. A hard-working, popular player, he won every major domestic honour in his time in the North East, namely the league in 1979 to 80, the Scottish Cup in 81 and 82, and the 76 and 77 League Cup. What a G! But it doesn't just stop there. Because prior to that we've got George Young. Look at this, the old strip, the old haircuts, the old... You can see how the time's styled. He's got more of a mullet going on and a tash, and he looks more like a gentleman. Not that Stuart, I'm not saying you're not a gentleman. George Young, born in Grangemouth in 1922. Played football in Zetland Park. Oh look, we've got some pals. Come and see the footballers. How you did. He went on to become the captain of Scotland and Rangers. He was the first player to receive more than 50 caps for the Scotland national team and the first member of the Scotland Football Hall of Fame. The lucky champion cork he always carried earned him the nickname Corky. So, this is a great idea, but I don't have a helmet, and it's like giving me all these rules, and I'm going to be filming, and I don't think I should go on a bike without a helmet. So, that's disappointing. They should have helmets too. Okay, bye bikes, no helmet. Look at the park. It's all modern and just really well designed and put together, it looks like. It looks like it's got it's got a double flying fox next to each other. I mean, that's cool. And it's all there. We've got a sign here, we've got a name for this park. It's Zetland Park. It's even got a cool name. It's even got a cool name. And I guess because you're kind of in an industrial town like this, this is your walk. Look at this, right along the canal. There's even a little bit to walk along with a bridge. Now that chute that I've seen looks like a flume for a swimming pool. So there's even a swimming pool here. Grangemouth is not holding back here in the park section. I love this. I mean, look at this, the whole inclusive park as well. It's just adding extra layers and depths to how much thought has gone into this park. And that's for me the most important part, is when the council, the people who put this stuff together, I don't know if it's the council or not, the thought that's gone into it to cover the needs of everyone, to think about the nature aspects, the walks, everything. Every detail here is so fantastic. This pump track's mad. There's no way I could go on a bike round this. You definitely couldn't go on it on that chunky electric bike. Give yourself a sore bottom with all those bumps. This is just... I don't know if this is a good circuit, but it looks like a good circuit, so aye. Pump away. Look at this. It's another touch of class here with the pond. We've got bird visitors, grey heron, kingfisher, mute swan. The mute swan, I love it. The most common swan in Scotland. It can live up to 20 years. Swans are protected species. It's illegal to harm them in any way. There you go. I just thought it was called a swan. I didn't know it was a mute swan. Why is it called a mute swan? They're anything but mute. There's the Eurasian coot, aggressively territorial during breeding season. If food is low, they will peck their chicks to stop them begging. Animals, man. The nature animals is ruthless. Like, it is absolutely ruthless, but it's the way it is. Just getting a wee drizzle of rain, which has disrupted my drone plans right now, but I'll come back. I don't think it's to last long. You can see blue skies behind me. So I'm just going to have a wee wander further into Grangemouth, maybe have a walk down towards the big industrial front of Grangemouth, and you know, you can't ignore it. It's the biggest part of the place. It's what you see. You can see it from where I stay. Monkey puzzle, the coolest of all the trees. And there, yeah, you can see the chimneys now starting to dominate the skyline over there in that direction. That's a sweet name for a street, Candy Crescent. Again, on my journey as I see some obscure street names, but Candy Crescent, I've not seen one before. It's candy with an IE, but you know, it's said the same. If you used a Y, candy, or is it candy? There's the question. Do people go, it's Candy Crescent, not Candy Crescent? The Grange. It's got a sort of similar feel to the other wee bit we've added. Really, this is colourful. I like it. A big fan of colour. There's the Grange. It looks like it's closed. The Avon Grange, or the Avon Grange. Someone got a bit too excited whilst gaming. Now, where are we now? I think in Grangemouth you'll see every type of house, every colour, every brick, every facing, every roof. It's mad. It's a mad place actually. It's really condensed with buildings. Like, you can easily get lost here if you didn't have access to a map on your phone. Right, let's go over this way. So we've got a wee community centre here, Kersey Bank, which looks like we've got a wee community garden here. Oh, nice. And also I don't think I can get out this way without climbing the wall. So let's climb the wall. And then I just seen a sign for Grangemouth Stadium, so turns out there's a stadium here too. I don't know what type of stadium, but I'm going to follow the sign to exit half a mile away. And here we are. We are at where all the Grangemouth action happens, the industry centre. Well, look at this. We've stumbled into something. Gingerman Park. And this is exactly what I came to learn about here. Today, the site is now part of Gingerman Park, a light industrial area, the Charlotte Dundas Shopping Centre and housing estate. The shorter runway is now Gingerman Road, Grangemouth. Contrary to many reports, the vast majority of the site is now covered by petrochemicals industry. That's it, petrochemicals. Only a relatively small area east of Gingerman Road has such industry on it, and which was only built during the 70s and thereafter. Oh, some of the hangars are still remaining intact. It's giving you the longitude. I mean, I don't know what help that is to me right now, but you know, it's maybe Air Force speak. Oh look, there's a stadium. And I'm here, so the stadium's down that way. Cool. The airport was built on the land on the east of Grangemouth town and opened in July 1939, so right at the start of World War II, by Lord Trenchard, former Chief of the Royal Air Force. Thought to be one of the largest aerodromes in Scotland at the time, it operated civil flights from April 1939. And that's it there. Now, when I was talking about the history here, see, I did not know any of this. All civil flights were suspended with the outbreak of war in September 1939. So opened in April and suspended there. After the war, Grangemouth did not revive as a commercial airport, and the land was used for housing and industrial development. This was all to be an airport, and it turned into a petrochemical place. What would you rather have had? Because, I mean, an airport brings noisy planes over your head, and this brings pollution. So, you know, you can't win either way, but, you know, I guess we can't be unhappy at the fact we've got these industries because, you know, they've powered our entire society. I don't know what's going on in there, and no idea, zero idea. I just know that there's definitely pollution coming out of it, but you know, I can't comment on things I don't really know about, so that's all I can say on that. And I've even got outside gyms here, just to help strengthen your polluted lungs. There's a lot of attention to detail in these parks. There's a lot of good community work going on in Grangemouth. But you've got a lot of people here, so it does help. Now, I'm just going to walk along here past the petrochemical stuff. As I say, it looks intimidating, and I don't think you can get past the blue fence to go and investigate in. Just go up to someone with high vis on, tap him on the shoulder and say, "Excuse me, sir, what does all this do?" So many chimneys. Does anyone know how many chimneys are in there? Big shout out to all my patron legends. Names are coming up way. Aye, without you guys, I don't know if I'd manage to keep doing this. That extra little bit of help really does go a long way in getting me out to film. Puts petrol in the car and gets me beef hula hoops and Stephen's cupcakes. So thanks guys, yous are legends. And if you want to join the Patreon, the link's at the bottom. I'm looking down as if I can see it, but I can't see it right. But you can if you look to the bottom in the description. Click on it and you can choose to be level 1 or level 2 patron. Aye, the main difference is if you go to level 2 you get your name just like these legends do. So aye, it's slowly growing and we're slowly getting there, and the more people I get, the more I can put into the overall finished product and quality of what I'm doing with the patron videos. Turns out what I thought was a stadium is absolutely not a stadium. I thought that was a stand. I thought that was a stand. You could see how from one angle you could imagine it looked like a stand, and that was a floodlight. Anyway, there's a plane, that's cool. This is quite a spectacular thing just to be here at the side of the road. It's like a full-size replica. I don't know what it is it a Spitfire? Is it some sort of old British warplane? Do you not think like how terrifying it would have been flying in one of them during the war? Man, those guys had balls of steel. And here we go, actually, this is actually a memorial bit for the Air Force. The Polish airmen, the fallen airmen, there's the Spitfire there. The RAF's first modern fighter aircraft, the Hurricane, entered service. Following year it was joined by the Spitfire. The way the world is sitting right now, this stuff holds as a potent reminder of what the people in the past went through war. And you know, I often think, like, I remember sitting being young listening to my gran telling me, she'd be over 100 now, she worked in a munitions factory, the stories, the trauma that our society went through is unfathomable to us. And as so many people, we lose connection to that story, that the meaning of what that was, the fear of that we almost rest on our laurels. And here we are today, you know, there's wars breaking out all over the world, societies in what seems to be chaos, but for me there's hope. There's hope with things like this. The fuel here is only 141, so that's the cheapest I've seen it in ages. I mean, the obvious fact is right next to a petrochemical plant. I don't know if that's where the petrol comes from, but you know. Oh, sorry, I got distracted by this mad fancy street. There's like a castle in it. Is this the most luxurious street in Grangemouth? It looks it. It looks it. What's it called? Avon de Gardens. It sounds posh too. Avon de Gardens. Lovely stuff. So I'm just walking along what seems to be Bowness Road. I love Bowness. It seems like a while ago since I went there, but we're actually quite near Bowness. And yeah, I can't speak highly enough of Bowness either. Absolutely loved it. This is a long road. Oh, right. Here's the canal. And there's some ducks, which must mean the park is back that way. It's got to be, eh? Follow the canal. Yep, I see a sign for Zetland Park. There's some stuff up here though I want to go and check out. There's the Dundas Funny Ha Me Lodge Zetland 391. There you go. It just looks like a house. I don't know anything about really the lodges, does anyone, unless you're in it, I guess. But aye, there you go. There's the Lodge of Grangemouth. I feel like this is maybe the older section of it here, because the buildings are looking a bit more dated, which is what I like to see. Right, so that's the town hall. Tick. Seen it. That's the Earl of Zetland. I think it was a pub. Old church turned into a pub. Which begs the question, who was the Earl of Zetland? That's a mighty cool building. For sale? I like this, look at this! Holy, it's the coolest thing I've ever seen. That's the coolest, without a doubt, the coolest plant box you will ever see. A book plant pot. And then there's the library, free internet access. Amazing. There's a rundown building. The Empire Electric Theatre. So there's an old theatre building. This is for sale. So yeah, I guess it's sad though, a lot of these older buildings are for sale, but they're the most stunning buildings in the whole of Grangemouth, but they're so expensive to upkeep, to buy, so that's where the problem lies. Right, here's the Heritage Trust. For the industrial days. It feels like Grangemouth played a huge part in the Industrial Revolution. Look how nice it looked. Look at the canal, the houses on the canal. Wow. That's that bit where we were just at. There's that building. Everywhere you go there's bowling. In Grangemouth, they've got 2 lawns going on here. Clearly Grangemouth are a premier bowling club. I want a game of bowls, like, I keep walking past them thinking, bowls looks fun. I need a game of bowls. Someone invite me to play bowls, please, I'll film it. Gingerman gets his bowls out. I can confirm I'm getting my first official sweat on of the year. It is warm today. I don't know how I feel about it. We found a church, we're back at the park and the sun is out and there's a giant war memorial. This is definitely the best part of Grangemouth right here. This whole section of the park. At the boat, there's a Grangemouth bowling club, right? The Zetland Park has its own bowling club. So do they play Grangemouth? Are they local rivals? Let me know. Looks a nice fountain. It's massive. I can barely look over it. It's empty. She's running dry. Look at the detail in it. Here's where the famous Zetland BC play. For those who live in Grangemouth and you're thinking, oh, you've not been to this place, you've not been to this place yet, it's hard to go everywhere, especially in a place with 17,000 people. It's a difficult task, and I'm literally just going on instinct, walking around, following my heart. So I've just got up some information here online about Grangemouth. I'll share with you. Grangemouth's original growth as a town relied mainly on its geographical location. Originally a bustling port, trade flowed through the town with the construction of the Forth and Clyde Canal in the 18th century. Nowadays the economy of Grangemouth is focused primarily on the large petrochemical industry of the area, which includes the oil refinery owned by Ineos, one of the largest of its kind in Europe. And there you go. Grangemouth was founded by Sir Lawrence Dundas in 1768 as a result of the construction of the Forth and Clyde Canal. Originally referred to as Sea Lock by workers brought in to labour on the canal digging the lock constructions, the name referred to the Forth and Clyde Canal connection to the sea and where it flowed into the River Forth. After Dundas died in 1781, his son Thomas Dundas commissioned the architect Henry Holland to replan the town, including the layout around the canal and its basin. The settlement was also named Grangeburnmouth for a period, and then finally Grangemouth. There you go. Grangeburnmouth. I think I prefer Grangeburnmouth. Here's an interesting fact. Grangemouth Port is one of the main ports in the UK, with the largest container terminal in Scotland, with 9 million tonnes of cargo handled through the dock facilities each year. Wow. It's starting to rain again. It's like every time I come to Zetland Park the rain comes on. Ah well. Seems to be there's an Oakle Street everywhere in central Scotland. National Distribution Centre. So this is the road I came along, and it was like you come to a roundabout, and each junction on the roundabout's off to another industrial estate, so they've all got their own names, own sections. It was a lot more going on here than as I say, I first anticipated driving here. I just thought it was the petrochemical plant, but there's way more going on here. There's White and Mackay whiskey. Is that a whiskey distillery, or is it just a bottling place? I don't know. That's got HGV reversing into it all over it, isn't it? Or that's some smash to take down that whole thing that's there. Well, there's some good solid police tape this. I think I'm nearly back where it started. I swear, like I've not actually really been in Grangemouth since I was a kid. So I had an idea of what it looked like in my head, and to be fair, it's nothing what I was expecting. The attention to detail in some of the parks and just around the town and stuff is incredible. Like the book like the book plant pot, that was incredible. That is more detail, artwork on the bus stops, just random. Spacemen. There's the British Legion. I get a sense of pride from the people of Grangemouth. A lot of pride in the country, a lot of pride in who they are as a people. I mean, that's just what I'm getting from today. Because there's a lot of community stuff going on here. And as I say, I'm only able to sort of touch on the surface. I mean, all of this will go way deeper. Oh, look at this, there's more cool sort of artwork on the bus stops, and this must all be coming from the Falkirk Council. And here I am, back where it all started, the Iceland car park of Grangemouth. And ladies and gentlemen, that was Grangemouth. What an incredible day. As I say, I didn't know what to expect from Grangemouth. For me personally, and being honest, it was always the eyesore on the horizon when you come along the Fife Coast. You see the chimneys and you think, oh, it's ruining the horizon. But when you come here, you know, it's all part of the industry, it's all part of the people, it's all part of the place. And we can't turn our nose up at this industry that has, as I say, given us so much through helping our society progress through industry. But the world is changing, and you know, I'm not a big fan of burning fossil fuels. I'm all about that renewable energy, but at the same time, as I say, I appreciate and understand why we have the industries that we do. And Grangemouth's a perfect example of a town that has in some ways benefited from the industry, the jobs, all of that comes with it. And then obviously Zetland Park, fantastic, possibly one of the best parks I've visited so far on all of my travels, so respect to that. Anyway, thanks for having me, and I'll see you soon. Peace.